The time is now, guys. We are back with another career mode save, and we are going to be taking Oliver Glasner's Crystal Palace to the very top. Let's go. I actually think I prefer him wearing a polo top as opposed to it being like a straight out t-shirt. The board expectations for Crystal Palace really is not bad whatsoever. So domestic success, medium; continental success, low; brand exposure, medium; financial, low; youth development, low. Wow, we can actually have our time to build this club, guys. Transfer budget £55 million. Let's go. Even though in the first season we're not going to do anything, we're going to try and keep this as realistic as possible. We're going to play with the team that's been chosen by Glasner, and that's how we're going to do it. You know, if you've watched the previous career mode that I did, I'm all about realism and trying to keep things as fair as possible. We are going to disable the first transfer window. We don't want too many changes happening to the current squads. You know, the transfer window is closed in real life, so let's keep it as such. Scouting, we want on. Training plans on. In terms of difficulty level, leave down ultimate. Well, pull it on ultimate. I think that's the hardest. We always want a challenge. Financial takeover disabled. I'm going to keep board expectations on strict. You know, we've already seen the expectations and they weren't too crazy. There was nothing on critical, so we can actually have the opportunity here to build something special. Half length is going to be 4 minutes. The youth tournament match length is going to be 3 minutes. And when it comes to youth players, how we want to play with them, I'm going to put it on current overall as opposed to it being full potential, because they are youth players, right? You want to enjoy the journey, you want to enjoy developing them. So I'm going to keep them on current overall, just because we want to see how they develop and how they grow. For gameplay type, I'm going to put that on simulation, leave the wind effects on medium, weather effects on, and the sliders seem to have been affected by that switch to simulation. Training plans on, which is cool. Training plan recovery rates, that's also cool. Manual and automated, well, this is new stuff. I guess we're going to see them as we play the game more. Training drills, I never really did this in FC24, and I saw that it can give your player boost, so I'm actually going to turn these off because there's no need for them to be in my game, to be honest. Wow, this is an interesting feature. So you can affect how fast your youth players actually develop as well. So, you know, when you have wonder kids coming through after like 1 season or 2 seasons and they're already ready to take on the world, you can actually affect that now. So if you have that on slow, there's like a 50% slower than the fast development setting. This is interesting. You know what? I might try this one out. We're gonna put transfer approaches on strict, and we're actually gonna put scouting on slow, scouting speed on slow, because I feel like 6 to 9 days is pretty soon for how scouting works in real life. It actually takes a bit of time for teams to understand the true strengths and weaknesses of a player. 6 to 9 days feels like a bit too soon, bit too quick. So this is another welcome change. So I'm going to put these both on slow, just to add a bit more realism and I guess a bit more patience to the overall gameplay. All expectations staying on strict. International job offers, not really interested in doing that in this save, so I'm going to turn those off, to be honest. I was getting bombarded with them in FC24. European competitions can remain on. Financial takeover disabled, and we are going to keep it Sterling, no Raheem. Let's go, guys. We are here in day 1 of FC25 Crystal Palace save. Oh man, this new interface is very clean. This is very clean. I like the look of this, with the social media panel on the right hand side and then all the different tasks that we have to do right here on the left hand side. Yeah, this is very clean. This is a very cool feature, the training plan, so you can actually make it automated. And I guess this is from like a perspective of you can delegate this to one of your coaches. Yeah, I like this. I'm here for this. So this is how I have it set up: 60-80, 60-80. So we will see how that automated plan works to start the season and through pre-season. And if we have to make any changes, we can easily go back to a manual format. That's all good with me. Is this Crystal Palace's formation now? 5 at the back. Wow, that's very interesting. Very, very interesting. Our tactical preset is going to be counter-attacking football. Let's review the board objectives for this season. Sign 1 crucial first team player assigned to a midfield or forward position. That's in the short term. Within 2 seasons, have at least one player from the youth academy signed, which is all good. And within 2 seasons, increase your club's worth by 20% through sales and these are achievable, guys. These are very achievable, especially for Crystal Palace. Get 3 wins in cup matches. That's not too bad. Sign 1 crucial first team player. Youth development, 2 seasons. Yeah, these are light. Finish mid-table, reach the semi-finals. Yo, this seems realistic as hell. This seems realistic as hell. These objectives are very, very well done for Crystal Palace, I can't lie. And we're on strict as well, so yeah, no excuse to not achieve these, to be honest. Finish mid-table and reach the semi-final in FA Cup. That might be tough, but finishing mid-table, come on you Eagles. Hire first coach. Okay, so pretty much the same as FC24, I think, in how it looks. So let's see, how do we filter? Alright, any 5 stars? Don't think there's any 5 stars. There's a 5-star here. You know, we're gonna bring him in. We're gonna bring him in. What I found with FC24, they actually improve as the season goes on. So right now he has a bronze for counter-attacking football. As the season goes on, he'll get better. So that's all good. We have 3 unread emails. So there is an email section still. That's okay. Okay, I like that. We have a youth academy. You know, we're actually not going to be signing anybody this season from the youth academy or the first team. We might actually, because we have that one-on-one objective. So we have a right back here who looks very promising. The rest of them are pretty low, to be honest. Marino, he has a pretty decent potential. Is okay. But Joseph Dean, and look at his face. He actually looks like a young guy. I'm here for he's 16. And yeah, he has definitely interesting stats for a 16-year-old that's a right back. The youth tournament, so this is something new that they've definitely implemented, because you never used to play with your youth players, just used to sign them and keep them in the youth academy until you want to bring them to your senior team. So I assume this is the rush stuff, right? Playing 5v5 tournaments, good opportunity to develop. Skill is ageless. Okay, let's go. Let's see what it's talking about. First opportunity to see how the game plays. So we're up against Chelsea. Oh, good touch. That was a great touch. Is he in? Oh, he should have shot. Run the rebound. Oh, good first touch. Beautiful goal. And we get our first goal with the youngsters. And he's there again. Draper. Yeah, Draper feels a bit decent. Draper might be in here. Draper's in. Oh, he's just offside. 10 seconds to go. And it looks like we might get our first win with the youngsters. Draper's in on the right. Draper. Oh, just intercepted. And that should be game. So the youngsters win their first game of Rush. Man of the match, Bobby Walker. He made the most tackles. But Mason Draper feels really good. Feels really good as a player. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops. Anyways, let's move on. So you can actually look at player development. Wait, hold on. Let's see what that's saying. Oh, okay. So it's nothing new. It's pretty much in line with what it was in FC24 from the perspective of you can just change their development plans. This is the default setup. I'm sure things will change as the season goes on, so we'll leave it as is for now. There is one thing I want to do though. I want to set up a youth scout. If you watched my previous save in FC24 of Palace, we actually found the next Wilfred Zaha from Ivory Coast called Ndri, Arsene Ndri. And that's the only thing we're going to do in this one. We're going to find a dedicated right winger to play on the right hand side from Ivory Coast. You know, I was so disappointed. Wow, they've added so many different countries. Even Sierra Leone. Yeah, we made it. If you don't know, I'm actually Sierra Leonean by birth. That's so cold. Yeah, I need to find a Sierra Leonean player. But first, we are going to go to the Ivory Coast. for the next 9 months. Okay, we want someone that can play on the right wing and the left wing. So focus roles. This is new. So I guess to make your player search be a bit more refined. Now this is cool. So I'm going to say on the right hand side, we want them to be a good winger. On the left hand side, we're looking for an inside forward type of player. Inside forward on the right also wouldn't hurt, to be honest. Yeah, that's nice. So Ivory Coast, a winger that can play on both sides for the next 9 months. We're looking for the next Wilfried Zaha, guys. New message from Mark Guehi, who's our captain, I suppose. Greetings, boss. On behalf of the whole team, I wanted to welcome you to Crystal Palace. Let's go, man. Don't you remember me from last season, bro? Come on, don't you remember me from last season? We did amazing things. We've got plenty of work to do. Nah, the future's exciting. And you can see on the morale, it's a bit different this season. It's not just one bar. It's actually got a little chunk that I assume that's the sweet spot. So yeah, we have the opportunity for pre-season. Of course, you have to go for the one with the most money. Why not? New email from Crystal Palace board. Oh my days. Hopefully not the sack. We recognize that you, your coaching staff and players are recovering from a particularly demanding season. We very much appreciate, therefore, you accepting the recent invitation to participate in the European International Cup. Also, just about the tournament. Our first game, guys, against Union Berlin. Let's see what the opponent's saying. I don't know who none of these guys are. Let's get into the game. But they're actually playing a similar formation to us. Probably one more body in the midfield, though. It's going to be interesting. So Lerma's actually -3 for some reason. I wonder why Lerma is -3, because in familiar roles he can actually play CDM and CM. So surely his position should be fine, right? I actually can't find anything that says why that exclamation mark is there, to be honest. If anybody knows, let me know down in the comments so I can, rectify that. But let's get into the game. Let's go, guys. We are back. The feeling. We are back. Love to see it. We're not going to do full match intro. We'll do full match intro maybe in the Premier League matches. I'm not going to lie. This looks exactly the same as FC24. Exactly the same, guys. Oh, the passing feels crisp though. A little bit more zip. But anyways, let's lock in. Yeah, the passing has definitely been tweaked somehow. Let's get to Mateta. Would have been off anyways. Oh wow, they might be in here. Good save from Henderson. Henderson in FC24 was so clutch for us. Munoz, still need to get used to how they play. Bursting forward, let's get it to Commander. Let's switch that with Lerma. Goes to Munoz. Looking for options. But with this formation, you can also see how the front line will be isolated. Goes to Eberechi Eze. Eze had a fantastic... It's in a good position. Mateta. Oh. Wharton. Great defending by Guehi. Captain Guehi. Goes to Mateta. Mateta might have got around him, but there's no one really there. Pulls it back to Eze. Didn't mean to do it to Eze, but that's how it happened. Defending is also a lot more responsive. Oh, that's way too easy. That's way too easy. And we concede the first goal. Why is that on the pitch? Okay. I can imagine that's probably like lag from the highlight replay. One bug already. Good defending. Oh, and he gives it away cheaply. No way. But he does well to win it back. Well done. And he gets it through to Ez. Oh, he nearly rolls on his right foot. Need movement. Wharton to Mitchell. Mitchell's in here. Looking for options. Mateta. Oh. Ez was going to shoot right here. What a shot. Oh. The corner flag. What a pass. Oh my gosh. And Henderson comes through clutch once again. Let's make some subs. So we brought in Ismaila Sarr, Nketiah and Doucouré for Wharton, Mateta and Kamada. And we have one more opportunity maybe. Let's switch this by Doucouré. And it goes to Munoz. Who's in the area? Nobody. But he's going to get this back across. There's one more shot in this. I can feel it. Goes to Doucouré. Trying to work it in. Goes to Eddie Nketiah. Oh! And Eddie Nketiah misses a chance right at the end to get us a draw. It's all about fitness at this point, lads. All about fitness. Next up, we're up against Sevilla. Fatigue creeping in. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some changes. We're going to put Doucouré in for Lerma and bring in Ismaila Sarr on the right. A bit more pace and a bit more specialised wing play. Sevilla is definitely a stronger side. On paper, that is. Doucouré already showing why he should play. Is it to Sarr? Drop of the shoulder. Oh, well done, Munoz. Gets it in there. Oh, my days. Gets it back to Munoz. Another crossing. That's two crosses where we possibly should have scored. You know, this is just pre-season. We're getting used to the game. Getting used to the dynamics. Sarr making good run down the right hand side. Come on. Oh, well done. Oh, whips this in. Oh, yeah, Wharton. And that's the full-time whistle. And we draw in the second game against the harder opposition, Sevilla. It's all about fitness. The lads are doing well. That's a really nice kit. I like the look of that. And in our final friendly of the day and the final friendly of pre-season, we're up against Bologna. We're going to make one change here. We're going to bring on Nketiah for Mateta. I mean, like, that speed and pace of Mateta just isn't cutting it for me. You know, 68 acceleration, guys, that's insane. Even though he has decent sprint speed, but that's more down to the coach. But we're going to try in the preseason, Nketiah coming on for Mateta. Oh, that's a good ball. And we may go behind here. Oh, that's way too easy. Just played it in behind and we concede the first goal. FC25 is a lot more it's a lot more considered approach this season. You can actually feel the difference. We need an attacking midfielder. That's what's stopping us from playing. We need an attacking midfielder. You know, someone that can connect the midfield with the attack. Right now he's a bit isolated in midfield and attack. Oh, they tried to do it again, but Guehi was awake to that. Oh, that's a poor mistake, guys. Oh my days, that's a terrible mistake. Absolutely terrible mistake. I can't believe that. What is going on? Wake up, guys. I know it's only pre-season, but need to play better than this. The Premier League is going to be a lot tougher. You know, simulation mode is where it's at, if I'm being honest with you. It's not as dribble focused. Well, I need to turn off those hints at the bottom there. Eddie wants the ball. Eddie gets the ball. Goes to Mitchell, who comes in on the inside. See, like, there's just no one in there. There's just nobody in the box. Yeah, we need to change this formation. There's no way you can play with a formation of 5 at the back. No midfielders, like no attacking midfielder, no creative force in the midfield.
Well, he's certainly been influential in the first.
It's very unimaginative to play like this. Gonna whip it in. Back post, and the keeper gathers that one. Ah, man. Oh, come on, Palace. That's different. Keeper doesn't usually kick it out. Make some changes. Bring on Will Hughes for Lerma. Goes to Doucouré to Will Hughes. Eze has Mitchell on the overlap. Mitchell does very well to get there. Who's in the area? There's no one really there though, is there? Falls to Eddie. Come on, falls to Eze again. To Mitchell. Will Hughes. Doucouré. That's the first shot of the game. First shot of the game. And we lose in the final pre-season game. We've learnt a lot. The formation for one is very constricting. 5 at the back, 2 midfielders and 3 strikers. I don't think it's expressive enough. I don't think it's creative enough. Yeah, I think we definitely need to make some changes from that perspective. I think we definitely need to try to make some changes from that perspective. But we'll still run with it for the beginning of the season. You know, might make some changes to the tactics, to the player roles. Maybe that'll make a difference. Have our first scouting report from the Ivory Coast. Let's see what he's found. There's nothing really here that's, you know, too crazy. I mean, this guy has a 74 to 94 potential, but yeah, at this point it's nothing home and shout about. So we'll continue with the scouts. Bored, unhappy that we didn't win the European International Cup as expected, but like they said, it's important that the team is fit, which they are, and we are ready for the new Premier League season. So that's all I have for you guys today. First off the bat, what do you think about the presentation of this game so far? I think it looks good from like a menus perspective. They haven't changed too much from like a feature perspective or anything like that. What do you think about Crystal Palace? Any Palace fans out there? Are your frustrations the same as mine in terms of there's no one really in the midfield hub? Or when it comes to how the team actually sets up and plays, Eze tucks in, Kamada actually tucks in, and it's a bit more congested as it is in the game than them being outright wingers. Because I'm thinking to potentially change the formation, potentially having Eze or Kamada as like an attacking midfielder, and then maybe having 4 at the back, but you know, keeping it true to the formation that's being played in real life, and I guess the setup that's in real life. I don't mind persevering with how it is right here. The board expectation is not too crazy as well. Probably going to spend a bit more time in the tactical setup to try and understand a bit more how these roles affect, you know, the overall stats of the players, and if we can try and remove those yellow exclamation marks from the players. But all in all, that's all I have for you today, guys. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Let me know down below any tips you may have. Let me know what career mode saves you are starting, and let's have a good season of FC this year. Peace.